This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. And we appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code Locked On MLB for $20 off your first purchase. Well, the Dodgers squeaked this one out by virtue of determination and hitting the long ball, because they got out hit by the Royals 11-4. That is rare. It's not very often that you can only put up 4 hits and win a game. And the Royals, determined to score some runs, did tonight. So you could tell they had a bit of a different edge, different attitude, a different approach. After being shut out in back-to-back games against Tampa, they came out tonight ready to play. And in spite of the Dodgers grabbing the lead on Shohei Ohtani's 29th home run, 429 feet, they would respond and grab the lead 2-1. So always nice when Ohtani starts the game with a home run. But it's rare for the Dodgers to grab a lead. They don't grab the lead very often this time of year, or they haven't lately.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
The one and only Shohei Ohtani gets the honors tonight. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI, number 29, 1 walk and 1 K, batting average at .295, and the OPS just under 1,100. So he's back on track and hitting the ball well. Mookie Betts 1 for 4, Teo 0 for, Freddie 0 for, Will Smith 0 for, and Andy Pius over. I mean, all that's not surprising. Again, the Dodgers had 4 hits.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think we'll be talking about the fact that Dodgers found a way to win this one. It was bumpy. They probably didn't ultimately deserve the win, but they got it done. And, they had an error. Kansas City had 2. So they didn't get a great outing from Dustin May. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I think those kind of numbers for you guys are probably subpar, and, getting criticism or a C+ grade for today's outing. He went 4, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, only 3 Ks. I think the walks is probably the thing I would be most disappointed about, and not more Ks through 4 innings. I mean, he's usually good for 5 or 6 through that stretch at least. 84 pitches, the ERA now at 4.68. He used all of the off speed to get those Ks, sinker, sweeper, cutter, but just didn't have his best stuff. As far as Cameron, he also went 4. He gave up 5 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. So 84 pitches as well. Pretty even across the board when you look at the starters. Cameron's ERA at 2.79. He's now 2-4. Trevino gets the win for the Dodgers, now 3-0 after an inning and 2/3. He gave up just 1 hit with 1 K. So another nice outing from Lou Trevino. I feel like we're all starting to appreciate when he comes into the game. He's a reliable guy and knows what he's doing out there. Comes out and gets the job done, pitches with intensity, doesn't make bad pitches, keeps them down on the zone. Brings the heat. I don't know. I'm not remembering from today. I don't think he's a 98, 99 sort of guy, but it's definitely mid to high 90s. So another outing from him that is favorable. Bonda looked good. Vesia looked good. And Scott looked good. What's interesting about that to me is we've seen those 3 dudes in that order or pretty close. I mean, sometimes they'll interchange Vesia for Bonda, but 3 lefties, that's pretty interesting to finish a game there. A third of an inning for Bonda because they pulled Trevino. He had a walk, a K, and a hit, but only 8 pitches for that 1/3 of an inning. Vesia, 1 inning, 12 pitches, zeros across the board. He was dominant, got into a little bit of a jam, but got a pop up to end the 8th inning and get out of it. And then Tanner Scott, wow, that was a little too close for comfort. Loading the bases in the 9th inning. 2 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and then the rookie who did not have a great day, what's his name? Cagliano, 1 for 5, struck out there in the 7th or the 8th in the middle of a rally. It was a 2-out rally, but a rally nonetheless. And then in the 9th, 1 out, bases loaded, hits into a ball game ending double play. So that's the way to suck the air right out of the balloon. So good pitching when it's all said and done from Tanner Scott. ADK or ADK says Dustin is getting worse with each outing and Kirsch is getting better. Those are true statements. Yeah. Not, I would say Kirsch's improvement is a little bit more dramatic than Dustin's fall. I think Dustin's just kind of a little dull right now. He needs to sharpen things up a little bit because he has been very, very dominant. I don't know what's going on with him. I feel like, yeah, you're right that he continues to kind of be mediocre. Let's look at his last few outings and see what we got here. So his last outing on the 21st, he went 6, 3 runs on 5 hits. That was the one I thought was better than you guys did. You were like all over him on that game. The Dodgers ended up losing that one 7-3. I don't think it was because of him though. 3 runs on 5 hits again, 2 walks, 5 Ks. So I thought that was, B minus. I didn't B plus maybe. I didn't think it was terrible. Back on the 15th, he went 6, 3 runs on 6 hits. Again, I felt like 4 walks is too much. Those 2 outings prior to the game against Washington on the 9th of June against San Diego, he walked 4, gave up 5 earned on 6 hits. That was fairly ugly, but he survived 5 innings. That's where the Dodgers won in 10, 8-7. He gave up those runs early and then settled down. He started the month of June on the 2nd against the Mets. Dodgers lost in 10, 4-3, but 2 runs on 6 hits, struck out 5. So the outing against the Padres, although he survived 5, was not great. 5 runs on 6 hits. And then the 2 prior to tonight, 3 runs on 6 hits. So, or 5 against the Nats. So I think those outings are okay. And right now, the Dodgers will take it. All right. They're not going to complain about those outings, especially in wins. Tonight, the final 5-4. Ohtani hits number 29. And after the break, we'll get to the turning point of the game. Max Muncy went deep as well. His 13th as he stays red hot. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Don't forget to check out Travis Rogers, new host of the Locked On Dodgers daily podcast, Monday through Friday, right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by Game Time. This is where you find tickets last minute for a bargain almost all the time. You ever decided last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize that you want to be there. You want to be in the stands. You want to take it in. You want to enjoy. Maybe been sitting on the couch just too much. It's time to get out. So that's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without stress. I had a buddy that kind of did this last minute, went to a game, Dodger game against, I can't remember who they played. It was the Padres. Yeah. And he's a Korean dude. So he's a big Haesung Kim fan. Got to see Kim play in that game. And I was like, what'd you pay for those tickets? And he told me, and I was like, whoa. And I said, you use Game Time? He's like, nope. I'm like, what's Game Time? And I told him about it. And he's like, I will from now on, because it is a much, always a better deal than almost any other ticket buying app. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually get lower and cheaper the closer you get to first pitch. And they've got incredible last minute deals clear seat views, and a low price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for exciting upcoming MLB games. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets. You can also see the view from the seat. It's one of my favorite features of the Game Time app. You click on the ticket and you go, okay, that's where I'm going to be looking, and that's good. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code Locked On MLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDON MLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Dodgers squeak one out tonight after being out hit by the Royals 11-4. Royals had been shut out in back-to-back games, so they came out tonight with a different level of intensity, to be sure.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, we named Shohei Ohtani the player of the game, but the turning point was in the fifth when he tripled to right, scoring Kike to tie the game, and then Mookie Betts, the game-winning RBI, a single to center to score Shohei Ohtani. So Mookie Betts continues to clutch up. I don't know that he's definitely out of that funk just yet. Again, 1 for 4. He's batting .256. The OPS over 700. But he's definitely not as, the swag isn't there. He doesn't have that confidence that we normally see from him. Freddie Freeman's struggles continue, 0 for 4, but he's creeping out of it little by little. The average is plummeting. He's now at 305. The OBP at 375 and the slug at 492. So again, starting to find his way a little bit. Last time out yesterday against Colorado, 1 for 4 with an RBI. That was the only hit in the series for him and the only RBI, of course. So maybe I'm giving him a little too much credit. I'm sure if we were to ask him how he's feeling about it, that hit and an RBI yesterday was merely a blip on the radar screen. Surprising to see Will Smith and Andy Pages with offers. Pages is in a bit of a funk, a little bit, he's been red hot, but 2 hits on Wednesday, 2 hits on Tuesday. So I guess you can't really say a guy who's had 6 hits over the last 5 games is in any sort of funk. So I take that back. My apologies. 0 for 4 tonight and 0 for 4 yesterday. So 6 hits in 7 games. As I said, that's a tiny two offers for him. The way he's going, it's a tiny bit of a funk. Not worried though. He'll be fine. He is all good. What did he do today as far as Ks? 1 strikeout. So anytime Andy Pages can put the ball in play, hit the ball hard, he's fine. When he starts to go bad, and again, we haven't seen it since April. So it's a thing of the way past. I feel even sheepish to mention it, but again, Andy Pages to me is the turnaround player of the year for the Dodgers, without a doubt. Not even close, right? Started this season just all over the place, a mess, striking out all the time. And then that series against Pittsburgh just found his way, just got red hot, thanks to a conversation with Dave Roberts about kind of shedding all of the worries of getting on base for Shohei Ohtani, because he said he was really worried about that, felt the pressure of getting on for Shohei. And Dave Roberts just said to him, look, go out there and hit the ball. Don't worry about the guy in front of you, the guy behind you. Just go out there and swing the bat. Now, there's obviously been a ton of stories. I'd love to hear more about him. The Dodger announcers have dubbed him Teoscar Hernandez's little brother, all that stuff. But Teo has been a huge influence on the trajectory of Andy Pages this season. So that's a big part of it. But the fact that, 3 hits from Ohtani and Betts, 1 from Muncy, the home run, and that's it. So you got nothing from Teo, Freddie, Will Smith, Andy Pages, and Tommy Edman. Kind of surprising. Kike started in left field. He was also 0 for. So, not worried. Everything's fine. Hey, a win's a win is a win, right? 52-31 now for the Dodgers, 22-17 38-44 are the Royals. At least they scored some runs tonight, so they can feel good about that. Moral victory, 11 hits, 4 runs, but they lost. Tomorrow, 1:10, Shohei gets the start. Hopefully we'll see more than an inning out of him against Seth Lugo, who's 4-5 with a 2.93 ERA. 83 innings. Shohei's pitched a grand total of 2 innings, struck out 2, given up 2 hits. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more out of him tomorrow. I am Pete Fox. Thank you for watching. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Back at it tomorrow at 1:10 right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And of course, as always, thank you for your comments. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk tomorrow.